650 mennesker var forsamlet i Ørestads Gymnasium den 28. februar 2009. De var alle interesserede i at møde Bob Proctor, som blev meget populær og verdenskendt ved at medvirke i filmen The Secret. Filmen har været vist for millioner af mennesker over hele verden. Det er igen Bob Proctors popularitet, at det lykkedes at samle alle disse mange mennesker til en dag i løsningernes og optimismens tegn. Bob Proctor, som er en nutidig filosof, gav sin løsning på, hvad der skal til for at skabe en bedre verden. Han siger, at fortid og fremtid ikke eksisterer. Det er kun nuet, der er interessant, og det er i nuet, at man starter med at forme sin egen fremtid. Sjovt nok siger dele af den moderne kvantefysik det samme. Alt bliver skabt og destrueret i et endeløst nu. Big Bang sker i fortid, nutid og fremtid. Men hvad er The Secret?
This is the great secret of life.
I couldn't believe all the people who knew this. They were the greatest people in history.
You've probably been sitting there wondering, what is the secret? I'll tell you how I have come to understand it. We all work with one infinite power. We all guide ourselves by exactly the same laws. The natural laws of the universe are so precise that we don't even have any difficulty building spaceships. We can send people to the moon, and we can time the landing with the precision of a fraction of a second. I don't care if you're in India, if you're in Australia, New Zealand, Stockholm or London, or Toronto or Montreal or New York. We're all working with one power, one law. It's attraction. Everything that's coming into your life, you are attracting into your life. And it's attracted to you by virtue of the images you're holding in your mind. It's what you're thinking. You see, whatever is going on in your mind, you are attracting to you.
Vi mødte Bob Proctor efter seminaret.
We are attempting to cause people to really look at themselves and their potential and grasp a deep understanding of what they're capable of doing.
Vi som voksne og vi som børn forstår nogle helt simple ting, som er så simple, at vi har en tendens til at ignorere dem. Og de ting vil gøre, at vi vil få et helt andet liv. Alle af os. For alle mennesker er interesserede i at ændre deres resultater. Men ting som tanker, følelser, energi og fantasier er ord, vi kender, men som vi i bund og grund ikke forstår at bruge. Og det er nogle gratis ting, vi alle sammen har fået med i livet.
Jeg kender ikke umiddelbart Bob så meget, men gik ind på hjemmesiden og begyndte at læse lidt om ham, og synes, at der var mange lighedstegn med det, som der også er min filosofi. Nu har jeg så lige fået at vide af Bob Proctor, at jeg er ikke Thomas Urskov. Det er bare noget, jeg hedder.
Hvem er du så?
Jamen, det er jo det, man skal finde ud af.
Hvad har du fundet ud af det?
Ja, det synes jeg. Altså, jeg synes, det interessante ved det, han siger, det er jo i virkeligheden, at man kan alt. Og jeg er blevet født med en total overdreven selvtillid, men nu er det meget rart at vide, at der rent faktisk er noget nærmest forskning, som viser, at hvis man har nogle målsætninger, som måske er lidt vidtløftige, jamen, så er det faktisk også det, der gør, at man kan opnå sine mål. Så det gælder i virkeligheden om at have nogle store drømme.
Man kan bruge det på den måde, at man fokuserer mere på, hvor man gerne vil hen. Altså, hvordan kan jeg være min egen bedste ven? Hvordan kan jeg skabe velvære i mit liv? Og hvordan kan vi skabe velvære ved at tage ansvaret for vores eget liv og i virkeligheden få det bedre hele tiden?
I have found that we go right through our educational system, and there's some very important things in life that we do not learn. We are not taught how to earn money. And people are reluctant to talk about it. They become very defensive talking about money. And yet money is an essential part of life. We are not going to live a complete life without money. You use money for other people's products and services. We learn very little about ourselves. The average individual knows virtually nothing about their mind, how it functions, or the relationship of the mind to the body. We found that most people go through life honestly feeling like they're a victim of conditions and circumstance. And of course, that is not so. We'll find two people in the same situation, the same condition, same circumstance. One wins, one loses. So it's our attitude, it's how we see things. And as we start understanding how the mind functions, and then begin working with the higher faculties that we've got, everything in our life starts to improve.
Vi er programmeret til at tænke, vi er programmeret til at bruge vores fantasi. Men problemet er, at det ikke er det, som vi bliver lært. Vi har faktisk alle de her gaver med, men vi bliver programmeret i en anden retning.
They go through life knowing very little about themselves and very little about even why they're here. And so they're struggling from the cradle to the grave, trying to make things happen. If people would stop and take a serious look at themselves and ask themselves, what do I seriously want? And then make up their mind they're going to get it, they would start following some of the rules that must be followed if we're going to live up to the potential that we've got. If I want to learn how to fly an airplane, I'd find a real good flight instructor, and I would do exactly what he says.
Jamen det er i bund og grund at forstå, at vi mennesker, vi selv vælger vores tanker. Så det vil sige, når der nu tales om en finanskrise, eller når vi er omgivet af negative mennesker, eller når vi læser avisen, eller hvad det nu end måtte være, så er det os selv, der vælger, om det er noget, vi vil tage ind. Og hvis det ikke er noget, vi vil tage ind, jamen så må vi tænke noget andet, eller skubbe det væk. Men vi mennesker, vi bruger i bund og grund ikke den bevidste del af sindet, som er vores tanker.
We've got to stop and think of what we're doing. If you're going to learn something, you've got to go to a person who really understands and then do exactly what that person says. So our program at Life Success is a multifaceted program, but what we're doing, we're approaching people and we're saying, stop and think. Take a good look at yourself and then ask yourself, is this really how I want to live? And if it's not, change it, just like that.
Jeg forventer stadigvæk, at han får sat ord på, hvad det er, at man i praktik reelt set arbejder med. Fordi at man kan sige, at det praktiske forløb, det er jo det, jeg ligesom har været igennem og er igennem. Det teoretiske får sat lidt perspektiv på det. Det er nok det, jeg forventer, at jeg kommer til at opleve i dag. Altså, at man reelt set nu begynder at arbejde sig lidt ind på, hvad er det for nogle drømme, du har? Hvad er det, du gerne vil opnå med dit liv generelt set, altså, og måske at få en øjeåbner på det.
I think I would call myself a holy Catholic. I believe in one God, one unfoldment, one plan. I think everything once was perfect and we're returning to a point that once was. If there's a problem with spirituality, it's because you don't understand it. Anything we don't understand, we have a tendency to criticize and ridicule. What we want to do is start to understand it. I think if you're into a program of personal or professional growth and it hasn't got a spiritual foundation, it's incomplete. When we talk about spirit, we're talking about everything. Spirit is omnipresent. It is a power that operates in an orderly way. We call that by law. We say the law is the uniform and orderly method of the omnipotent God. Now, if you want to call God Allah or by another name, that's fine. What we're talking about is an infinite power that operates in a very orderly way. You know, Wernher von Braun, one of the greatest scientists that ever lived, he said after studying the spectacular mysteries of the cosmos, he was led into a firm belief in the existence of God. And he said that these laws are so precise that we can send people to the moon, we can time the landing with the precision of a fraction of a second. He said these laws must have been set by someone. Wherever you see a design, you know there's a designer. Well, where you see creation, there has to be a creator. And we're created in that image. I think the problem is we're created in the image of God, and we've got the equation reversed. We created God in our image, and that's where the mix-up comes in. We've got phenomenal powers, and we habitually fail to use them because we don't even know we've got them. We're teaching people how to utilize these great mental faculties that they've got to create greater good in their life and in the lives of everyone they serve.
Sjæl er jo en ting, altså det følelsesmæssige og de tanker og de følelser, som du har. Og det, som jeg mener, han begynder at fortælle meget om nu, det er jo ligesom at sige, at leve i nuet, fordi det er, at nu du er her, du ved jo ikke, om du er her efterfølgende, så lige så godt få meget ud af det, som du har nu. Og de tanker og følelser, som der reelt set driver dig, det er dem, du skal have fokus på, fordi alt starter med, hvad det er, du tænker, og hvordan du tænker.
Specific religions are exclusive. Spirit's inclusive. It takes in everything. You know, science and religion are not antagonistic. They're one studying the cause, the other study the effect. And as we start to study it, the thing starts to unfold before us. We start to see it. Most people don't study it. See, we think because a person's got a Roman collar, they understand. That doesn't mean they understand at all.
Der er jo et eller andet, som er større end os, og vi ved i virkeligheden ikke, hvad det er. Og det kan være lige meget, om vi kalder det det ene eller det andet. Det vigtigste er, synes jeg, at man tager ansvaret selv og sørger for at få det bedre. Og ved du hvad, det har jo altid været sådan, at folk, som havde det godt, de var altid de sjoveste at være sammen med. Ikke? Det betyder jo ikke, at vi ikke kan være sammen med folk, når de har det skidt. For det vil vi være kede af, når vi selv ryger ned en gang imellem. Men det er jo et eller andet med, at vi alle sammen er med til at gøre vores omgivelser og samfund bedre.
Det spændende det er, om der er et liv før døden, og det synes jeg bestemt, der er.
Money is a medium of exchange. It's completely something, it's completely negotiable anywhere in the world. You need money to buy another person's products or services. Many, many years ago, we didn't need money, so we didn't use money. We used to trade. If you needed meat, I would give you meat, and you may give me carpenter work or something like that. We've gone past that. We've quit trading with beads, and we use money. It's a medium of exchange. It's not going to make you a better person. It's only used for two things. One is to make you comfortable, and the other to extend the service that you render far beyond your own presence. We have found too many people that worship money, want to hoard it, want to say it's going to make me better than you. And of course, it isn't going to make me better than you. It could make me more effective than you because money is a medium that enables me to extend the service that I render far beyond my own presence. It makes a wonderful servant and an absolutely terrible master. We should never let money control us. We should be in control of money. Now, I have found that money will just make you more of what you already are. If you're not a nice person, you're going to become very despicable. If you are a nice person, it's going to cause you to be a nicer person because you can use it for great good.
Alle folk tjener jo penge, og ved du hvad, jeg vil egentlig hellere tjene penge på, at folk får det bedre, end at de får det værre. Jeg har fuld respekt for, at der er dele af lægemiddelindustrien og psykiatrien, som kan være med til midlertidigt at sørge for, at folk får det bedre, indtil de selv finder ud af, hvordan de skal klare deres liv. Men det er jo ikke en krykke, vi skal rende rundt med og tage medicin til daglig.
Money never created a financial crisis. It's ignorance and greed that has created the financial crisis. Money doesn't have an attitude. Money is is neither good nor bad. It's what we do with money. It's the people that are good and bad. It's their thinking. Greed and ignorance has caused the problem that we've got. But the problem that we got, I think, is necessary. We've got to get rid of the old system for the new one to come in. We're moving into a new economy. And we cannot move into the new economy with the old rules.
Penge og velfærd og rigdom er jo én ting. Altså det er jo, som Bob Proctor også rigtig talte om, så er det jo faktisk vigtigt at have nogle penge for at overleve i et samfund som vores. Det er klart, det bliver vi jo bare nødt til at indse. Ellers så fik vi jo ikke tøj og mad og et sted at bo.
I think there's a lot of wealthy people that are not necessarily good people. I think what they're doing is thinking of themselves, and they want to hoard it. They want to have more than the neighbor, more than the next person. I think those people are going to lose. I think we've got to start to look at each other as being equal, and I think we've got to start working towards waking people up, helping them understand what their potential is. We've got to start changing the educational system. Our educational system is so antiquated, if it wasn't pathetic, it would be comical. It's got to change. We have people teaching people that have never done what they're teaching. Almost 80% of the people have never done what they're teaching. How could they possibly teach it?
Hvad er alt det nye så, at vi skal lære ifølge filosofen Bob Proctor? Teorien er, at du selv vælger dine tanker. Disse tanker skaber så dine følelser. Følelserne får hjernen og kroppen til at handle, og det fører så alt sammen til resultater. Resultaterne bliver konstruktive, hvis du tænker positivt, og resultaterne bliver destruktive, hvis du tænker negativt.
Tanker skaber følelser, som udtrykkes i vores handlinger, som producerer vores resultater. Og vi tror, som mennesker tror vi hele tiden, at det er handlingerne, vi skal tage udgangspunkt i. Men i virkeligheden, hvis vi vil tiltrække tingene frem for at jagte tingene, så skal vi starte med tankerne. For det er jo sagt de sidste 6.000 år, vi bliver som vi tænker.
Ja, men jo, selvfølgelig har jeg lavet masser af fejltagelser, det har jeg også lært af. Men jeg synes, det der er det interessante her, og det man kan lære af, det er, at jo større ens drømme er, jo mere